Dr. Stephen Hawking is a consequential man of our generation, not only for his breakthrough scientific discoveries, but also for the way that he wrote about science. He made it accessible to all. He inspired generations after him. And he did it all the while defying the condition of ALS with which he was diagnosed at the age of 21. He is of particular importance to me personally. I remember reading his book, A Brief History of Time, as a kid, 15 or 16 years old, and I remember feeling deeply inspired by him because he was the first person who I came across who was asking the big questions. Why are we here? What's the purpose of this creation? These are transcendent questions. When you come across spiritual knowledge, you understand that the answers to such transcendent questions can only be found in spirit, because it is the spirit that transcends. Whether Dr. Hawking intended to or not, he was asking metaphysical questions. And the answers to these questions can be found in spiritual knowledge alone. So, I came across this video of Dr. Stephen Hawking, and I thought it would be a fun exercise to respond to the points that he raises from a spiritual perspective. Because if it's about anything, it's about going back to our roots. I say what I say, being fully conscious of the great achievements and contributions of Dr. Hawking, and I speak from a place of utmost humility as his admirer and well-wisher. So, let's begin.
Now, Professor Hawking, in the very last paragraph of your book, you say that if we discover a complete theory of the universe, then it should in time be understandable in broad principle to everyone and not just to a few scientists. And when that happens, all of us will be able to start discussing the why rather than the how. And I quote, "If we find the answer to that, it would be the ultimate triumph of human reason, for then we would know the mind of God." Do you think that God can intervene in the universe as he wants, or is God too bound by the laws of science?
Now that's an amazing point that Dr. Hawking has raised in his book. He says that at the end of it all, we are going to find God to be really simple. We'll be able to speak about him in a way that anyone can understand, not just the high-minded scientists, because God cannot be the property of the elite of any category, the elite in wealth, the elite in aristocracy, the elite in science and knowledge, and the philosophers. No, God has to be something who is accessible to everyone. Well, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he is extremely simple to be pleased. All he wants from us is a very simple offering. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upaharatam ashnami prayatatmana. He says, if you offer me simple things like a leaf, a flower, some water, a fruit, he will accept it as our humble offering. But it must be done with love in our heart. This is the simplicity of God. He is so simple that he is accessible to everyone. You don't need to be a very rich person to create an elaborate show of a great offering to him. You can offer him something as simple as a leaf, if that's all you can afford, and he will accept it. So, Dr. Hawking's intuition is spot on. God is simple, but his simplicity is far beyond the simplicity that he is even imagining at this moment. So, let's continue. What does he respond?
The question of whether God is bound by the laws of science is a bit like the question, can God make a stone that is so heavy that he cannot lift it?
The question that whether God is bound by the laws of science is like asking, can he create a stone so heavy that he can't lift it? We have to go to Vedic knowledge to find the answer to this question. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Gama Vishacha Bhutani Dharayami Ahamojasa, which means that I enter into the planets and keep them in orbit. The weight of a planet comes from the presence of Krishna. Anything that is heavy because of Krishna's presence. There are two kinds of heaviness. One is the gross heaviness of matter, and then there's the subtle heaviness, which is the heaviness of knowledge. This is why a person who's possessing spiritual knowledge is known as Guru. Guru literally means heavy, heavy with knowledge. Both of these, whether the heaviness of the body itself or the heaviness of knowledge, comes by the presence of Krishna. So, can he create a stone so heavy that he can't lift it? Well, the answer is absolutely yes, he can. But how would he create such a stone? He would do it by entering into that stone. Because he is present in it, therefore it will be so heavy that he himself can't lift it. And then he will grow in strength to be able to lift that stone. Because he is always victorious in the end. All the activities are happening so that he is victorious in the end. We also have to remember that he is Achintya Bhed Abheda Tattva. He can be present in two places at once. He is present in my heart as well he is present in yours. Aneja Dekam Manaso Javiyo. He is moving at the speed of mind, yet he remains fixed in one place. This is the inconceivable nature of the Supreme Lord. So, he is not bound by these questions that are very logical questions, because he is the creator of logic. He transcends logic itself. He is not bound by the rules of logic, nor is he bound by the rules of the universe. So, it's not an irrelevant question at all. It's just that we need to have the right tools in order to be able to answer these questions. Let's continue.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do.
It's not very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Well, it's definitely not good to speculate on the subject of the Supreme Lord. We are only going to become more and more confused. Instead, what we have to do is to go to a bona fide spiritual master, and we have to approach him with humility, because only one who has seen the truth can show us the truth. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Approach one who has seen the truth, a spiritual master, with humility and render devotional service. Then he will be able to show you the truth because of your surrender unto him. So it's not good to speculate. As far as the question of what God is able to and not able to do, the answer is everything and nothing. What is he able to do? Everything. What is he not able to do? Nothing. Because he is all powerful.
All our observations suggest that it operates according to well-defined laws. These laws may have been ordained by God, but it seems that he does not intervene in the universe to break the laws, at least not once he had set the universe going.
He says that God created the laws of the universe, possibly at the beginning of the universe, and then he set the wheel in motion. And once he did that, he doesn't interfere with those laws anymore. So it becomes irrelevant for us whether he actually exists or not, or whether he's just our imagination. What matters to us is what governs us now, in the here and now, which are the immutable laws of the universe that will never change, that have been set in motion at the beginning of time, somehow or the other, and they govern us from moment to moment. Krishna is far greater than this, far greater than this. He says, Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasam Sharanam Suhrit Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. He says that I am the eternal seed of this creation. Eternal seed. That means every single moment He is present with us. Laws of the universe restrict Him, or laws of the universe make it so that He can't intervene anymore? No, that's not true at all. Laws of the universe can be violated by Him like this, easily. Now, God does intervene in His creation. He can do anything. He can lift a mountain on one finger. And the whole reason why He has created these laws is so that He can violate them for the one who is dear to Him. So the ultimate purpose of this creation is for us to love Him. And one who loves Him, for him, He does violate these laws, and He violates them any way that He wants. You know, I'll give you an example of when He violated. After all, He is the Lord of the heart. Evam janmani karmani hyakartur ajanasya cha varnayanti smakavayo vedaguhyani hritpate. He is the Lord of the heart. So He is intervening so many times, making unprecedented things happen. One time that He intervened was when August Kekule discovered benzene, who saw the structure in a dream. Where did that dream come from? It came from Him, the one who lives in His heart. You know another example of Him intervening? It was for you when you discovered Hawking radiation. How did you get the inspiration for that? How did that happen? Something unprecedented, isn't it? He is the one who's making these incremental discoveries for us. And He's giving credit to us. Now it's known as Hawking radiation. Your name is on it. Because He likes to give credit to the one who serves Him. And you served Him in that way. No, He responded to you. Because if you are looking for Him as a law of the universe, as an immutable law of the universe, He's going to come to you as that. Because He says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. As you surrender to Me, I will reciprocate with you. And He also says that 4 kinds of people worship Him. Chaturveda bhajante mam janar sukritino arjuna arto jijnasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. So, arto means one who's desperate. Jijnasur means one who's seeking knowledge, such as a person like yourself. Artharthi means one who's seeking to become very wealthy. Such a person surrenders to Him. And then finally, the highest category in his mind is the one who is wise. And who is wise means the one who serves Him without any motive, without any expectation. Who knows that he can never be captured by defining Him as a strict law of the universe, which is what you're trying to do. You're trying to say that He may have existed at the beginning of time, then He transformed into the law of the universe. Now that is our God that never changes. That is the God that we want to know. But the truth is that He is a person. He was a person then, He is a person now. And yes, He transformed into the law of the universe to satisfy you because you wanted to discover Him in that way. But He remains a person eternally so, moment to moment. He's present with us every single moment. And when you understand that, then you understand how great is His mercy. Because we exist as persons. Now, we are not eternal persons. We are temporary, made of this body that can be affected by disease. And then we have to undergo so much suffering and old age and death and all these things. Now, we are temporary because of this material condition. However, the fact that we are persons, that is because we are created like Him in His image, because He is an eternal transcendental person. So the reason why He has created us is so that we can have a loving relationship with Him. Loving relationship with Him. being in this unique position as a human being who can understand God. No other animal species, no one can understand him. Only a human can even conceive of such a thing that he exists. And then we can go on this great quest. And then whatever we try to explore, we produce results. We produce fruit of that exploration, like you have done, so many other great scientists and explorers and people who went on great adventures and business endeavors. They have done. Everyone gets fruit of whatever they're trying to achieve. So the highest thing that we can try to achieve is to understand him. If we can understand him, there is no fruit greater than that. The reward of that we cannot imagine with our limited minds. It's far greater than anything, any theory that one can conceive. Then we will understand that being a person, that is the highest thing, not some impersonal law of the universe that is unchanging, that governs us from above. No. It is the fact that he is a person and that he comes and he absolutely violates all the laws that he puts in place. And to understand him, to understand his qualities, to understand his beauty, to understand his power, his mercy, his love, to understand all these things is the real purpose of human life. And it can be achieved with very simple things, such as offering a leaf, some water, a fruit, flower, and he will accept it because it has been offered with love. That's the real purpose of life. So, I understand Dr. Hawking is not with us on this planet at the moment in the way that we knew him, but he is somewhere. And wherever you are listening to me. So I want you to listen very carefully. This is the real purpose of human life. It is to understand Krishna. So please repeat this with me wherever you are. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By repeating this sound vibration, all this knowledge will become revealed to us. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama,